Big shout out to my moderators for keeping the chat clean. Shout out to Lodbrok Trader for the Discord, keeping that one clean. Shout out to all my Discord moderators. No shout out to David. He gets enough attention. Did I comb my hair for a stream? I actually shaved my head. I'm newly shaven. I look like a less rich Jeff Bezos right now. Equal as buff. Let's just say I don't put chemicals in my body, so unfortunately not. I'm not equal as buff. The only chemicals I put in my body are Celsius and Nocco and some other energy drinks. Oh, I was muted during TTD. Yeah, someone asked me it was too choppy. Right now I don't see a setup here. There was a setup here when it reclaimed the 50-day. But it's acting very well. Like, this is one of the few leading stocks that has been the leader over the past 3-4 years that's holding up really well. I think it wants to go much higher, but I also think it needs to go sideways maybe another week or so. Or maybe it's ready, like if you can break out here, maybe, yeah. A DL entry would have been here. I remember I bought it on the EP here. It's surfing the 50-day very nicely, and yeah, it's a leader. It just hasn't gone yet. CrowdStrike I sold like half before the close. It just, yeah, I didn't like the close on it. But all the other ones, most of the other ones holding up fairly well. I'm really interested in, I don't really even care much about the Qs and SPYs. They're just grinding higher. But Russell, if it can, you know, reclaim the 50 maybe next week or something, that would be a very bullish sign. Wow, this XBEV. Please pull back to 48 bucks, please. Is it gonna go to 90 now without me? Yeah, all of these beaten down names, they don't, you know, they can be that get bounces, but there's not gonna be much there. The more interesting ones are these like LI and XBEV. SYNA. Nah, I don't see anything here. They had a good setup here. It was nice and tight. Now it's wide and loose. The moving averages need to catch up. Marvel. Yeah, this one is good. Pretty decent, but I don't know. It doesn't really have a history of moving well. It's kind of choppy. It goes up 2 days and it kind of slams back. It's not a clean mover, so yeah. This is, I don't know. D-Dog? Yeah, wow. This one looks good. It just, you know, building. Look at how nicely it's surfing the 50. They can't hold it below 50 for long. Yeah, it's one of the few stocks that's been a leader for a few years that's still holding up, together with TTD. Tesla? 1500? Yeah, this one. If the 10-day can catch up a little bit, maybe another 3, 4, 5 days would be ideal. Yeah, I feel this Tesla is gonna go to like 1500, 2000 next year. FLGT. Yeah, it's a nice long base. Bill. Yeah, it's surfing the 150 very, very nicely. Yeah, it looks good on a weekly too. It has a nice range. How liquid is it? Not super, but yeah, I'll set an alert on it. Do you think professionals are manipulating stocks to specifically shake you out at times? Yes. There's this hedge fund called Citadel. They have billions and billions in buying power, and all they do is try to shake out these 100 and 1,000 lot traders. That's all they do. They have these specific algos for it. The PhDs have developed. Yep, Kenny boy. He's your enemy. He's the most professional of all of them. He wears a suit. He ruined Christmas. He bought the Constitution. He hates the little guy like you, especially the 100 and 1,000 lot traders. That's all he does. Nvidia, yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. Surfing the 50 there. Nvidia too, I think it's gonna go to 400 or something. Sometime next year. That's my prediction. ENSC. Yeah, yeah, maybe. Actually, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's tight. It's nice and tight. It's actually a good setup. But yeah, if I can go on volume, that would be nice. STNE. Well, it's one of these beaten down names. Yeah, I mean, sometimes these types can rally, but sometimes, you know, they don't have to rally. Like, sometimes they can. Like, if you want a list of next year's big winners, it's a good idea to look at stocks like these. Because sometimes, you know, they kind of get thrown out with the bathwater with all the other stuff, and then, you know, the market realizes, you know, they did something stupid, and then the next year it goes up a lot. There's you know, many different types like TME, and there's a lot of like beaten down names. This is a China stock, so there's a reason. But many times the biggest winners any given year are the ones that were beaten down the previous years. But again, wait for setups. There's no need to bottom fish. Absolutely no need to bottom fish. Wait for them to go up, build some flags, and then buy those flags. Or if they have an EP or something. Chemph, I don't see anything here. It's not a good flag. It's not a good setup. The 20-day needs to catch up. MGI. Yeah, it's actually not. Actually, it's pretty good. It's a beautiful setup. It's a beautiful setup. Financials look strong. They just need to. This ETF just needs to reclaim the 50. Energy looks good. Again, needs to reclaim the 50. What's home builders doing? Home builders are strong. Semis are strong. FUS. Yeah, FUS is my go-to ETF for the financials. I was long it here, I remember. Doku sign. You know, these things are tricky. It looks completely broken on all time frames, but it's definitely not my type of setup. But you know, I don't know. It's not my type of setup. It can do anything. It can go up, it can go down. It's not really something I trade. Not really my setup. Oh, Ford! Wait, it's getting above 21. It's 21. Holy shit! I was hoping for 21 next year, but it already got there. Lucid, what's Lucid doing today? Oh, but it's below the 50 and below the 20. I think it needs more time either way. Long, short, it needs more time. Same thing with Roblox. These were two of the high volume breakouts from November that kind of came back down with the market, but I'm still stalking them. Do I know what my biggest loss of the year was? I didn't have any like memorable specific loss, but I do know that I had two weeks or 3 weeks during the year where I lost 10 million. But that was more like a combination of giving back profits and having you know, taking multiple losses and stuff. So I had like 2 or 3 10 million down weeks, but I also had a bunch of 10-15 million up weeks. But nothing, no single loss. Like last year I had Kodak, but this year no memorable single loss, not really. This year I think I'm up about 250%. I haven't checked exactly. What I'm gonna improve? Well, I do know my weaknesses. And the biggest weakness I have right now, I would say, is over trading in general. And trading too many mediocre setups. So that's the main thing I'm gonna... No. No. You pay for any profits. Not on the money you move. No. You have to pay for any profits. You can't compound your money and not pay profits, unfortunately, no. Well, the problem is all of these 0% tax countries are shithole countries. There, I said it. Monaco? Yeah, Monaco is a shithole, unfortunately. Greece? Well, Greece is nice. Okay, Cayman Islands is, I guess, nice too. But what the fuck would I do? Like, am I gonna move to fucking Cayman Islands? I don't know anyone there. I don't have any friends, any family there. Like, you know, it's stupid. Wait, someone said something. Snow. Snow. Yeah, it's building higher low still. Snow is one of my favorite stocks going into, or not stock, but a combination of stock and setup. It's my favorite setup, one of my favorites, definitely. But I also do like some of these large, like these mega caps, like TSM, Amazon. These ones I think I'm gonna do like options on, because they're kind of slow. I don't want to tie up a lot of buying power, but man, these things are good. Look at Amazon, it's been building higher lows for a year and a half. It looks amazing. It does. Thank God I was able to chase some on XBEV and LI today. At least I have some halves. Look, the thing is, if these things are gonna make big moves like I think they will, I think they could very easily go up 50 or even 100% over the next, you know, 3-4 months or whatever. 2-3-4 months. You know, there's gonna be follow-on setups. How am I so good at identifying what will move? I looked at the weekly charts. And I talked about the LI and XBEV yesterday. They've been showing relative strength for the past 4 or 5 months. All you have to do is look at the charts and put it in relation to similar stuff in other sectors. Yeah, the crypto tax, but you can do it in a company. If you open a AB, you don't have that problem. It's only if you do it as a individual, the taxes suck. But yeah, it's kind of stupid. I don't get it. Well, I mean, look, I mean, you know, options, just simple call options. It's not rocket science. Futures are not rocket science. I'm gonna do it, you know, the simple stuff and a little bit longer term. I don't want to gamble with weekly options, right? That's not the game I want to play. But I think that's a loser's game. And all these advanced strategies like butterflies and spreads and iron condors and, you know, I'm not gonna do that stuff. That's for people who are way smarter than me. Deep in the money call options and leaps. Yeah, that's the type of stuff I'm gonna do. I'm looking to do a little bit, you know, like stuff like TSM and Amazon, like these mega cap stocks, you know, setting up on the monthly chart. Have you thought about when you will stop streaming? Yes. When I get fed up with all the questions. You are successful on stocks, trading stock options makes sense, trading futures doesn't though. Well, just trading futures on some things. And again, it's longer term because, you know, like for example, and when I say futures, I include like the crypto stuff also. I mean, every asset class moves pretty much the same, at least the risk assets. And the longer time frame you use, the better your odds are. Everyone is fighting on the lower time frames and picking up pennies. Like for example, like if you look at GLD. Now, let's just forget for a moment that Bitcoin exists. But like GLD, like this gold ETF, like it's super slow, right? But, you know, I'd rather do gold futures. You know, this is like a no-brainer thing. This thing, you know, I think it looks like it wants to go way higher, but there's no way I'm gonna buy this GLD with 0.7% ADR. But if I can, you know, do it with futures and use some leverage and use like a tiny, you know, tie up very little buying power and just hold it for the next 2 years, right? This GLD could be at, I don't know, 300 or 250. It's a very good risk-reward trade. And again, it's just, I'm just gonna, you know, do it small. I'm not gonna do any crazy, because, you know, I'm looking to scale up my trading, and the big money is in the higher time frames, at least as a discretionary trader. So I need to get used to, you know, holding things longer, and it's easier when you have smaller position sizes. So it kind of makes sense to use options and futures. Like, for example, LAC, the only reason I was able to hold it through a 36% pullback is because it's a small position size. There's no way I would have been able to hold it if I had 20% of my account in this thing. No way. I have like, I don't know, 1 or 2% of my account in it. So I can hold for the big move, and hopefully it goes to 100 next year. I think there's a good chance it's gonna go 100 plus with all the fundamental tailwinds it has. There's no way I'm gonna hold through pullbacks like this if I have, you know, big position in it.